Yo guys, yo. I'll be starting in 2 minutes. What's up, Dink? Joe Pie? Hart? Ponky? Yo. Dink, I came up with my name. I have no idea how. I think I just wrote Destiny and then started messing with it until it became what it was. Yeah. Okay, be right back. Yo. I got a haircut. Ben, what's going on? You were gonna start work? Are you at work? If you're at work, maybe you shouldn't be. I won't judge. Okay, I got some stuff set up so I can type things like this. And then it will update in the bottom left of the little stream window thingy. Feels nice. Feels good. I like organization. Let's move some windows around. Homework. Almost bald. Oh my god. Gonna start that low poly. How you guys doing? Things good? Gonna talk about kind of like early portfolio stuff. What that means. You usually just watch the videos on YouTube? Oh, cool. Very cool. I got nothing on you? What are you talking about? I could pull your portfolio up. You want me to do that? So I was asked the question about like what portfolios mean and like early portfolio stuff. So like what should you have in your portfolio, right? Corey, what's up, man? It's getting there. Look, there's a hairline there. It's good. Okay, so portfolio wise, this is in the perspective of like an environment artist or a prop artist. We'll get up someone's portfolio that's crazy. This guy. He's crazy. Mr. Paul. We'll pull up Ben Wilson's because he says I got nothing on him, so we're gonna use him. Apparently there's 2 Ben Wilsons. Okay, so before oh, I see. Yeah, Ben's bald. There we go. So when your portfolio is first starting out, probably the best thing to do is to start with something more along the lines of props. Making a scene like this is really impressive, and man, this looks good, Ben. It's really impressive, but you just can't expect to push yourself this far early on. So, start small. Don't go crazy. Start, with making like, for environment artists, if you want to get into sci-fi stuff, you need to make sci-fi stuff, right? If you want to get into, you can't see the video? Refresh the page. That should work. Okay, so looking at Ben's stuff, there's a number of elements here, right? We've got my playlist not playing for me. Hang on. So if you look at this scene, you can see there's props everywhere. And I would suggest, if you're just starting out and you want to build a portfolio, to start with maybe a handful of props. Get physically based materials, maybe 5 to 10 props. If you want to get really ambitious, you take those props and you make sure that they're kind of similar in their direction. So like in this scene, you've got pieces of wood, rubble, little rocks, sheet rock stuff that's come off of the walls, or just these little rocks in the dirt. You got the grass stuff, little plants. So it's a good variety. You get plants, organics. You get some hard surface stuff here. It's not really like you're not spending too much time on the hard surface shapes here, but that's besides the point. It's not about how long you spend on things, right? You build all those assets together, and then if they all work together really well, you can build a scene. So I would say a really good portfolio for getting like a junior position at a game studio, it's probably going to be 2 scenes or 3 scenes, like fully propped. You've understood the lighting. It's in a game engine, so you can say it's real time. And you've built a composition that's interesting. So like this is really good framing. This is really good framing. Composition leads you inside. So you've got the little, what is this, a bed frame thing? Pipes, there's cool stuff there. So like your eye is led towards that doorway because the steps are quite bright. But don't worry about making full scenes early on in your portfolio. Just try and get like that stuff, get the smaller things out of the way, because the person who's going to be hiring you wants to see that you can do, like, you should show ZBrush stuff. You should show stuff like this. If you're doing sidewalks, of course, but I mean, like, show your knowledge of ZBrush. Show your knowledge of alt back arrow, stupid Windows. Looks like a plant box, yeah. Do you suggest that you also make your own materials, or do you see stuff on Substance Painter? So my personal opinion is that using stuff that's on Substance Painter is totally fine. If it looks like you used it from Substance Painter, then that's a whole other story in itself. It just means that you're not authoring it enough to make it your own and kind of depict your own work. And we were talking about this. What's up, Dutch? We were talking about this at work today, and it's like, you're not really an artist until you kind of find your own style. Like looking at this stuff, like even this, like this is just ground with little plant life all over it. But just looking at it, even minus the email on the bottom there, just looking at it, like I can tell that this has been stuff. So he's got a specific look, right? Yeah, so ZBrush, composition shots, prop breakdowns. If you haven't shipped a game yet, right? Maybe looking at doing stuff like this, materials, tileable textures, really good examples of physically based materials. And that should be more than enough to get you a junior position. If you want to shoot for the frickin' sky, 3 environments. I don't think you need to go any crazier than that. The only other thing I would say is you need to have a blog so that you can show that even though, like, here's my portfolio, like, even though you've got that, you've got a bunch of content that you're just showing. That's just like, oh, look, this is what I'm working on now. This is what I'm working on now. Like my blog, that's the reason I have my blog, so that it just keeps going. Right? So that there's always something that I'm doing. Yeah, so there is that. For internships, I would say, I don't know, internships, I would say the same or maybe just a little bit less, but you should never shoot lower, right? Like, if you could shoot for an internship or a junior position, it's better to shoot for the junior position and get an internship, right? That makes sense. At least I think that makes sense. Yeah. So now that we've talked about that, there was some other stuff I wanted to talk about. Oh, the fire hydrant. Mr. Pie. Right? It was Pie. I think it was Pie that gave it to me. I don't even remember. Me. Let's see here. Yeah, it was Pie. Looking at the fire hydrant. Let's do that. So already have it up. So this is your low poly. But we're just gonna look at it for some smaller examples. I'm rip my name now. You know, you're Pie. You're Pie to me. Is it Jopi? All right, we can go Jopi. I apologize. Ben knows I can't hold my ground on anything when I feel bad. Okay, so Jopi or Jope, apples or cherries? Okay, so let's look at this guy. So we were looking at this in the Discord. I was noticing the bevels were really sharp. So like, if we increase these, I'll do this to the side so you can see. Turn the wireframe off and the verts. So beveling these edges here. Like that bevel looks pretty good. I mean, that you can see it looks better than this. But the moment you're back here, it starts to look the same, right? Oh, thanks, Quilly. That's a great way of James, what's up? So this bevel's pretty good. We'll just we'll go through and bevel the others as well. So this is the beveling that, like if I hit tab, you can see like I'm smoothing it once. We'll not smooth that one. So actually we're gonna cut this and make it another mesh. So smoothing it, you can see you're getting some nice gradients there. It's really important that those gradients are visualized far away. So there's a bit of exaggerating that goes on with loops, like with bevels. So I would say going more along maybe like this amount, maybe beveling twice. Whoa, what is that? What is happening? That is super weird, hang on. Oh, the normals are getting super whacked. Ha! So, beveling twice is probably going to look better than once, and it doesn't change much as far as your high poly goes for cost, because that's, you shouldn't be worrying about that at all. The other thing that people don't really look at is so what I've done is, here we'll do this. What I've done is made a face on the bottom side here, and when you smooth it, you have that extra loop. You can move this up and down if you want. But not a lot of people think about this early on when they start to do beveling and work like this, is that beveling the bottom and how it meets the flat surface below it is really important. Because that gives you that, that shape disconnection. Here we're gonna... Oh. What is going on? Oh, I see what's going on. Man, I'm not used to using a Wacom pen. Hang on. In Modo. Ah. I got my whole head lowered. It's crazy. We'll hide that so we can just focus on this. So yeah, you want to think about how when you're beveling affects the way you meet a surface, especially like a fire hydrant. You can do stuff like this, where you can see where it is on the ground, and you get to see its connection to the surface by doing that bevel. And like, sure, that looks like it's floating. You can just force that down a bit. But it's important that you see that, because the way that it's realized through these earbuds are weird. The way that it gets visualized is in the lighting. You'll end up getting in a game image, and ambient occlusion will pick up much better in there. So knowing how much to bevel is not really, I wouldn't look at it like that, because that's when it gets really. Yeah, thanks for those links, Ben. That doesn't really, it doesn't matter how many bevels. What matters is how tight this edge is. And when you get far back like this, if that edge starts to look like it doesn't have a gradient on it, then you're not beveling wide enough. And I guess I'm saying that on like a prop scale, right? So like, if we take these, we'll just do this. So if you take, well, hang on. We'll just work on one. So these bottom parts, totally just cap those. It doesn't, that shouldn't matter too much. And what I'm clicking on down here, this is just our version of smoothing or soften our hard edges. So what we're looking at here, see, this is funny because like everyone's like, oh, topology, you got to make sure that topology is like just bevel all of it. It's all good. See, and like that bevel is probably too tight. So we just kind of go a little wider. So I'll add that to there, and then we can push this in. And then again, you get that gradient. Maybe we even tilt this and bring it up so it's got a different angle to it. Let's see here. So we're going to take this and duplicate it really quick so I can show you. Radial array to vertex. Take these. This is kind of important. Locally rotate these and just kind of change them, because no one ends a rotation on the same, right? So those are all different. They've got like a bend to them. Kono, what's up? Ribe, yo. Yeah, the best way to see the what the state of this stuff is to see it in engine. You can do some quick tests with like viewport rendering, or bringing it into Marmoset without looking at the, not having to unwrap it or any of that stuff. What's the link for, Dink? If it's your personal stuff, we're gonna look at that stuff near the end of the stream. Good morning, right? So like I'll just I'll do this little area and then we'll move on to working on my scene stuff. What is going on here? Oh, I see. Don't worry about saving these on your low poly. This doesn't. That's a really weird quad, I guess. Maybe that's not intended, but I wonder if I can. Forget what the turn button is. Edge, spin, V. So we have these. There you go. So like if that edge is gone and you press Shift T, it'll triangulate it, and then if you press V, it'll spin the triangulation. So it'll try the next one. But yeah, you don't have to worry about that stuff too much. So let's go ahead and look at this piece. Just grow this, and then invert and hide. We'll hide this stuff too in the ground. Just look at this piece. So I'm pressing tab to just kind of switch between smoothing and not smoothing. And usually I stay here pretty often, just because in modo it's pretty easy to see. Oh. The other thing you want to think about is these usually need to be pretty equal if you want it to look like it was crafted instead of clay-like or organic. Oh, getting weird. weird stuff down here. I'm like, what is happening? That should work. I mean, you can still see there's a little bit of normal issues there, but I mean, that's so minimal. It's like way down there. The other thing that's really good is to check out in your material. Let's see here. Your material is kind of make your albedo a bit darker. So you do that, and then if you get your, I don't know if it's going to be roughness on here. Probably not. It's probably going to be specular. Get your specular up, and you can see like how the lighting responds to the way you're creasing the geometry when you smooth. Whoops, what is this? I have like little pop-ups happening. Hang on. All right, there we go. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of like the gist of thinking about bevels. It's really like looking at it from a distance, and if it looks like it was beveled at a distance, I guess that's good. Overly beveled, if it looks overly beveled, like the bevel's really wide, then it's gonna look soft or like pillowy. So it's a balance between not too pillowy but not too hard edge to make it look like geometry. Because the reason you're doing bevels is so you can get those nice curves in the normal, right? Where it would normally be a hard edge. And that's when you start getting your 3D mesh to start going away from what do you call it? Going away from looking 3D generated and getting more into the realm of like actual like, oh, is this thing might be physically there. Like, is this real? Is this real life? That's what you want, right? What's really interesting is normal maps, and this, like, you do these bevels and you bake the bevels to normal maps, and then your normals look really nice. But we're now starting to get into this weird realm where like sometimes it's cheaper to not do the normal and just crease the, like, see this looks pretty let's see if we can't do this. Nah, it doesn't really work in this state, especially since you don't have enough. Thanks for the follow. We don't have enough geometry, so you're seeing the stepping. But we're starting to approach more of like not importing a normal map for these bevels and then just doing it in the geometry because it's cheaper to do higher poly counts than it is to load a texture. But that in combination with VR, like normal maps completely break in VR. Like you immediately see the illusion because now you can actually inspect it as if it was physically in front of you. Yeah, VR is changing everything. We're gonna have to go towards some really weird approaches, like finding cheaper ways to do real-time tessellation so that we can actually have the shapes in front of you and you can see the details right there. Or like parallax occlusion maps that actually are tracking where your head is and parallaxing correctly. What's up, Scopes? Hey, Scopes. Yeah, so welcome to the stream. Hopefully that gives you some insight on things. And my video is delayed again. Man, I wonder what is causing that. That is killing me. Surprise! Okay, let's close this guy. And we'll lunch work. Where are we? Load. How do you normal or unwrap that type of stuff? I think I just opened the wrong file. Hang on. So if you have like a cylinder, where the hell did that thing go? I just grabbed the loop or the geometry of a cylinder. Here, I'll just do this really fast. Let's say that's it, right? Like, all right, cool. This is gonna bevel out like this. It's gonna go out like that. This piece is gonna come forward, and then we're gonna inset it. So if like this is the piece, okay, get rid of that. And the high poly dips in like this. If the object is really small, like compared to this thing, if it was like if it was really small like this, I'd probably rely on normal maps to sell that detail. So then you get rid of that shape, get rid of this shape. All these look good. So I would take this piece. Best cylinder, that's totally not a cylinder. Man, these earbuds are super weird. I forgot my earphones at work. Brutal, let me tell you. Okay, so let's open this up, right? That looks good. This is already unwrapped, actually. We gotta have tear on, so we can grab that. That's good. Grab this, that's all right. So this, I would probably get maybe this. Depends how much stretching occurs, but I just would project from view, have this, and then relax it. And just have that. It's a bit skewed, of course, you can see. If you get really anal about it, I guess you just split these ones off. Oops. What is going on? It's like lazy selection was on or something. Take those. Move that off. You could split that or just relax it. Whoa. This mesh is acting weird. It's probably because it's skewed like this. But like, I just unwrap the parts. The other thing to make sure of too is like, once you unwrap all of it, grab all your islands and then select the borders of them and crease those. Make everything else smooth. And you should get some pretty clean normal maps. If you have any 90-degree turns on your geometry, make sure to do a split there for your UVs. Because having normal maps try and bake to a 90-degree angle is just going to be disastrous. Let's get rid of this thing that we wanted to call a cylinder and was definitely not. Look, see, here's lazy selection. This is what lazy selection is. It tries to figure out what you're trying to click on. That's not, no. No, you don't want that. There we go. All right, so let's get into this guy. Dink, if the thing you wanted to link is art, your art stuff, and we want to critique it, you can post it in the Discord. And near the end of the show, we always just go through and look at people's stuff and talk about it and all that jazz, all the fun things. Okay, so we're just gonna continue on making the bottom pieces here, and then once we have those, it should be pretty quick. Once we have those, we're gonna just like go crazy and build a low poly, which is not actually that crazy, so I don't know why I said that. Wah. How's everyone doing? Oh man, I love coffee. So good. So good. Exit mode, welcome. Welcome back. Farming cow, hello. How you doing? Okay. Let's get these pieces going. So what we've been doing is stealing a lot from other ZBrush pieces that we've made. Let's see if we can't find another piece to steal. this one. I don't like this shader. This one should be good. So we're gonna split from hidden. So we hid these other ones over here. I'm just gonna have this piece. It's kind of unique, which is a little bit of a problem. Let's see the other pieces that I split off. This one might be better. Let's do that one, and we'll split that one. Hey Corey, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm glad. That is great. That is helping you out. Okay, so we're gonna copy this piece, and then we're gonna go to the other subtool, which I think is this one. Yeah. The 90-degree normal mapping, I didn't understand. Okay. When I talk about baking stuff, we can get to that, which probably won't be this stream. But it's basically if you have a 90-degree angle like this side, and you try and bake a normal map across this, it's better to just make this a hard edge in your low poly, and then make sure that there's a split in your UVs between this poly and this poly. Weathered edges. That way the normals project along this surface nicely. Gabe, what's going on, man? Welcome. Dude, I didn't even tweet this time. I should have, I probably should have done that. Alright, so we're just pasted this piece in here. We're going to start moving things around. Whoa. Or not. Jesus Christ. that was terrifying. That's the top piece. We don't need the top piece. There we go. Hey, Dude Man's actually here. Were you saying hi to Dude Man, or were you referring to me? How awkward. Okay, so we're just stealing this piece. We're just going to try and get it into place. These earbuds are rough, man. I can like hear myself talking, which is kind of strange. So as far as the edge chipping stuff, I have this brush that I made off of some other brushes I've downloaded. It's called Chipping Trim Smooth 1. And you just kind of, you smooth an edge so that you've got some shape to crease, and then you just kind of tap on it. And it follows the normal's edge. You just rolled in. Bruce, my man. At the end of the stream, I will get a link to you guys. If you're in the Discord, I'll drop a link to the that brush. I'll just throw it in the thing. It's nothing amazing, but if you guys want it, I can put it in the Discord. Okay, so we got to make sure that this is all lining up. 'Tis important. Yeah, see, it's not. It is not. We're gonna crease, we're gonna stretch this too. That way the rest stays in place. We're gonna stretch this piece too. Just like that. I'm gonna close this up. I'll just smooth that and say, yeah, okay, whatever. you don't really see that back area. That'll be on like the back side of this detail of the asset. Heart wants it? Alright, you can halves it. Okay, so we're gonna take this same piece and we're gonna duplicate it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is going on? Hang on. Oh, that's not weird at all. Can we just move? Just... Alright. I don't like that thing. Hang on. Oh, come on. That's not what I want either. There we go. Okay, so when you have the move, if you do this, wherever you click, drag it out, hold down shift so it's straight. Then click on the origin place and it will trim. This is weird. It's just taking the geometry and crushing it along. So we'll just, that should be, see now it's all over here. Maybe we can just trim it back. Very good, very good. Works for me. Oh God. Worked for me. There we go. That, yeah, that's better than, you're not even gonna see that back area, so who cares? Oh, okay. So we've got this piece. We wanna duplicate it this way. Hold down Control and drag, and it should just duplicate the mesh. We just need to get a top view. This scene is getting heavy. Rotate, snap rotate, move this into place somewhere around here. And get this piece in here. All right. Close, gonna get it close. We'll offset it a bit because it's always cool to have it just slightly off. Just want to make sure there's no gaps between it. So one problem I'm seeing, right, is the, I'm gonna merge this down with the other piece. All right, so we got this piece. One problem you'll see is because I was duplicating, right, you've got this detail here and this detail here. Those look, I mean, those are identical, right? So we need to go in and change that. Let's use this chip brush and just kind of just do that and see if that's enough. And chip this piece up too a bit. That works for me. Yawning? No. No, where's your music? Get some crazy music going. What about Hit? Oh, you guys can't hear the song. Oh. So, I want this. Whoop. Mask all this stuff out. Turn the perspective off. Use the move tool, and we're gonna crunch this in a little bit. More. Move this up there. We'll move it again. We'll go way out here, right? And then we'll just use that clipping effect that we were doing earlier. We just grab this point and we'll just trim it back to here. You can see, like, if I press the wireframe on, you can see what has happened, right? It's just smushed all of that. Gonna fix the webcam again. Man, I need to figure out what is going on with that. But unless you get some weird visuals with that, with the smushing it, shouldn't really be that much of a problem. As you can see, should be okay. So you can get a nice break in there still. Okay, I think we just need to add 2 more pieces, which are the little area down here and the little area down here. We should be good. The webcam was fine until the Windows update. The notorious Windows update. I mean, I can't even browse. I can't hit the backspace anymore to go back on a web page. I have to hit Alt back arrow. I mean, that might be what's going on. I'll look into that. I'd rather my webcam be delayed and my performance in ZBrush be better. We should probably fix this before we keep moving. So this back piece here, this spot right here, we need to make sure that this is all lined up to, like, basically that's the stuff we're missing. Oh, did I just eyeball that? Hang on. Ah, nice. That works for me. It's funny how bad you can be with your geometry and get away with it. Like that's some bad stuff. Still getting used to this whole navigating thing with this transform stuff. This is all kind of new to me. I never used a transform tool this much. It's weird, I'll tell you that. We're basically giving the back of this object some geometry to work with. Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh God, what have I done? What is this? When did I do that? Hang on here. That's hilarious. What is this? I must have done that a while ago. I don't even know what has happened there. We're gonna do what I should have been doing. So we did all this stuff, right? What I should be doing is just appending, because it doesn't matter, appending a cube. Where's that cube? Going to that cube, making it a mesh 3D, going back here. Append, where are you at? There you are. Oh, I'm in the wrong. Hang on. I should just be doing, I should just be moving this cube into place and using that. Remember, it doesn't matter. This back area stuff doesn't matter. Ever watch movies at work, or is that prohibited? I'm too busy. I mean, I guess I could, but most of the time I wouldn't even be looking at it. I would imagine at most jobs you probably wouldn't be able to do that anyways. I remember one company telling us we couldn't have Facebook up. That was pretty funny. Everyone just looked at him like, are you for real? Like, I need to message my wife or whatever, you know? Some guys are like, my wife and I talk through Messenger. Like, you can't do this. It's pretty real. We actually need to stretch this piece a bit. It is what it is. Man, this really bugs me. This stuff has to be exact. Ugh. We're just gonna say yeah and just not look at that. Okay. Dude, man. Nice. Which ain't no one got time for movies. Which one are you saying don't have the priorities straight? Just out of curiosity. Okay, so we got this piece.
This all looks relatively good. There's a little gap behind there. That's, we're just gonna, I can't live with it. Let me fix it. 2 seconds. Oh man, I stretched that one too. Oh, this is gonna kill me. Oh, that's gonna bug me. I have to fix all this stuff. Hang on. How do I even fix this? Look, and I can't because I think I lost all my undos. Oh no? Oh, it's the undo just on, oh. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. There's undos per subtool? That's ludicrous. Well, that's cool. We're just gonna move this one into place. Just do that, and we'll stretch it this way. Nice, dude, man. Yeah, either that or they're paying for your crunch or whatever. They don't want you on Facebook. I mean, I kind of see both sides of it, but man, they need to like. There needs to be certain exceptions, of course, right? Jesus, I am learning the ultimate lesson with this stuff today. This is brutal. Okay, that's covered. Everything looks okay in there. All right, we're moving on. Because we just need to make those little parts. Those little parts, and then we're good. Then it's low poly time. It is almost 9 o'clock at 9:35. We're gonna look at other people's work and then just kind of talk about what we can do to make those things better, or just marvel in their amazingness. All right, let's get the other pieces. Probably should save, yeah. This one is like, it's either in too much and then I can't hear anything, or it's not in enough and I can feel it like sliding out. Can you submit your art? Yes, you can, Gabe, on the Discord, of course. And then we can look at it there. And then I'll bring it onto the stream and we can look at it. I'm curious now, what is it? Hell yeah, dude, if someone's not executing on their freaking deadlines, then that's the problem. It's not what they're doing. It's that they're not doing their job. Okay, so we need to go to the other one. We need to find the pieces. We need these guys. Let's see which one. This one looks like the most generic. You have been chosen. Probably don't need any of the pieces visible except for that stupid thing. Let's see here. So tops. What's this one? No. Oh, I need that one. Let's see what we're doing here.
Dick drawings? Oh, dude, man. It's okay. It's okay, I understand. So last time we were rotating things like this, we got some weird results. The question is in the other one, how far are those sticking out? So pretty parallel with the main support piece. So I guess that's what we'll do. Duplicate. Rotate, place. That corner, that cracks me up. I wonder if I can go into the undo for that. Aha! It's when I stretch the... There we go. You like how it's still bugging me, so I have to fix it? Ridiculous. Did it happen again? It did! How does that happen? That is weird. Alright, well. Got ya. You've been masked. Ho ho! Hello. Snoo! You just wanted to say that you like my portfolio? Aw, thanks. Thanks, man or girl. I don't... Or woman. Or boy. How's it going? Are you gonna stick around? You can stick around and try and learn things or watch me struggle and choke to death. So I think we have this piece. Oh, these are just killing me. Man, I can't believe I forgot my... Prawn VR games? Prawns don't appreciate being treated like that, man. So this piece actually does not... This part right here is not... That gap freaks me out. Ah, reeds! Yeah, I got a haircut. Now I'm like old again. It's crazy, right? I look like I'm getting all ready for the military and shit. Let's adjust it a little bit. How about that? Oh. See, I think it's because it's rotated, which... I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what that did. So now we have a gap there, which is... That's a little better. Let's do that, and then... Let's do that. So much hackery. Oh, what is... Okay. We just hit it. Different good? Ha! I probably look a little bit older and maybe a little bit more professional. Who knows? Maybe it's the glasses. How's that? Oh, I don't need those anyways. Okay, no, I do. No, I'm just kidding. Oh man, I'm stumbling along the way. You can watch me learn this stuff like a few episodes ago. I'm like, how do you move and rotate stuff? What is this? Why am I doing this? Okay, let's save this. What time is it? Man, I might be able to do it fast enough. I might be able to make the low poly fast enough. That'd be crazy. Although it depends on like how long it takes to decimate this stuff down. That's probably one of the bigger problems, right? Okay, so this guy, I mean, we know the shape of this guy already, except the chips. Okay, hang on. So we saved it. I'm gonna start dynameshing these things down. Let's hope the chaos does not ensue. I'm gonna fix the webcam real quick. And yeah. Okay. Decimate time. I'm gonna process that one. More professional looking. I got the logo going. I got the intro stuff. I've got like a haircut. Oh man, it's like I'm an adult or something. While we're processing this stuff, I can answer questions in chat. We'll see if this actually goes through. Your mom says that dick drawings are a phase. It's a long phase, man. Unless you brought your mom to Sweden with you. Maybe you did that. Wouldn't that be crazy? Sounds fun, right? Oh, chat. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's cool. Base Junkie Designs. Welcome. Mr. Flames, hello. Living Tomato. That's terrifying. Hi, welcome. Nope. Nope, this isn't gonna happen. This is not gonna happen this stream. Oh! It did it. Alright, so for the people that don't know, we have a really dense mesh here, right? There's a plugin up here called Decimation Master. I've dragged it over here. You pre-process the current, which processes and analyzes the mesh. How do you make your low polys while you are waiting? Or how about I do? I mean, I already have the base mesh of this, right? But I need to look at these chips and stuff. And then I probably don't want all these little details in here. But okay, so after I do pre-processed current, I can say like I want the mesh like 6% of its original self, which is still gonna be pretty high. So maybe let's go 3%. Let's see what happens. Okay, so looks relatively the same, except it's substantially cheaper poly count wise. Let's go lower. Let's go like 1%. That's 1%? Okay, hang on. How about 0.5%? There we go. Okay. Go to this one. We'll save decimated version. I'm going to pre-process that one. This one shouldn't take as long. Jopi, so you're saying I should build my low polys while I'm doing this? I mean, I guess I could build my low polys in ZBrush.
and then I'm just building on top of the mesh. There's that way. I like this process. It's probably not as fast, of course. Murders Media, what's up, man? How's it going? How is it going? Okay, stream's gonna freeze for a second. Text is updating. There we go. Video is delayed again. Oh boy. This stuff I should just do off stream. The decimating part of things. Oh, if I could explain how to do my low poly, how I do my low polys while I'm waiting for the mesh to be done. Give me a second. Okay, so we can like export out this piece and do that bottom. And then we can go to this. We don't need to decimate that down. What is this one? This is the top pieces. We can pre-process current, and then we'll go to modo. See, for the most part, we have most of this stuff already, right? So I mean, it's weird. It's weird because like wherever there's a chip, you're gonna need to model that in. So let's just make a new group and let me rename it. My God. Okay, and then we will import. Import as static mesh. Since Latin told me and explained to me that as a static mesh will import much faster and is much easier to work with. So let's say we have our bottom. Oops. Let's say underscore HP for high poly. And we'll go bottom underscore LP for low poly. And we'll hide everything else. So here's the decimated version, right? You can see smoothing on it's all crazy and stuff, but you don't really need to see all that. We go to the topology window. What is that doing there? What? Oh, I see. Do this. I'm like, what is that? No, we don't need that. Okay, so this is the bottom. HP, which will probably have a no, that's good. Okay. So we'll go here. So we have an empty mesh container, right? See you, reads. Thanks for stopping by. We've got this mesh. We're just gonna go to the topology pen. Or no. Pen tool first. We'll just do this. Click these points down. Like that. And these points are building a quad, right? So you're you've got this face here that's adhering to the shape. Arthur, what's going on, man? It's 9:14. There's no way we're gonna finish this low poly in time. In about 15 minutes, we're gonna be looking at people's work. So if you have anything you want me to look at, we can look at that. Until then, I'm just building low poly stuff. So what I'm doing is just following the shapes and contours of this object. And this this topology stuff in modo works wonders for us.
I mean, you get a vert close to it, it just auto welds it. So, and then if you grab an inside vert, you can pull another vert from it. It's so good. I think we're gonna need to do something like that. So you can pull this down, then grab this vert, bring it over there, bring this one over there. Welded. Ah, delicious. Like a nice dinner. Bring this in here. Bring this over there. When you grab an edge and bring it to another edge, it just auto welds it. Oh, it's delish. Delish. It's like 3D modeling is food. And at any time you can just start doing your other modeling tools and then just go back to the Topo pen and keep moving forward. Grab these, just connect the edges, keep going. Good. It's real good. Yeah, so eventually you get your low poly mesh, right? And then you just bake the normals from the ZBrush model, not this one, because you can see like normals are all crazy because it's so low poly. But it's a good representational mesh for the rest of the work for retopoing. So the idea is that you build this all out and then you bake it out. Oh, the other thing is we probably, if you look at the ZBrush model, which this one's now done, so we can decimate this. Very good. What am I making? I am making a modular set for the temple scene for this Unreal stuff that I'm working on. Just personal art, trying to get better. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for chilling. Right now, as you can see on the left there, we're just starting the low poly. Feel free to play your own music, and I will bake the normals actually inside of Substance Painter. I like the outcome of that stuff. It looks good in there, so I just ride with it. This corner is chipped, but it's almost small enough that you wouldn't worry about it. Like, and it's small too. I'm just gonna ignore it. So in the low poly, we'll just do this like that, and then we'll just continue it back. I can actually connect this all the way up to here. It should be good. Get that. Keep this all clean. I was gonna say something, I forgot. The amount of detail I'm putting into this stuff for the low poly too is probably, I almost want to say is not needed. Like the level of detail for this stuff. Oh, I was gonna say, so you know how I'm stopping here? You have to remember in the ZBrush file, like this piece, is it this piece and this piece or this piece? Yeah. See where this stops, like we'll just continue up, right? So I need to bring that piece in as well. We'll get to that though. We'll get to that.
I guess while we're talking about it, I won't be streaming while we're doing this stuff. I won't be streaming next Tuesday, next Thursday, and the Tuesday after that, because I will be in Prague. Gotta check out the good old Prague. Looks cool. And having worked on Forza 5, it's like I gotta go check it out. Working on the Prague map, gotta see how close we were to recreating it. This part can be a bit tedious. Not a lot of people like to do this stuff. Dude, this is another nice thing. Like, we'll add this edge so it doesn't really do it over there. But if you shift center click, you can pull out a whole loop. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. You just clean up any weird edges you were getting. Empty Rage, what's up, man? How many polys is that model right now, and what's the minimum you want to go for? What's the minimum you want to go for to get the best frame rate for that asset? It's nice. I mean, honestly, add enough geometry to get the shapes that you sculpted in the ZBrush model. Poly count nowadays is starting to become less and less important. It's still important, of course, but I mean, it doesn't really. I don't know. If you need the detail, you need the detail, right? For personal art, it doesn't really matter, but let's say some of the games that I've worked on, you're rendering like 3.5 million triangles on screen in real time. And the streaming has gotten so good in video games that it doesn't matter too much. That poly does not look right. Hopefully that answers your question, dude. It's good to see you too. Actually, since it's 9:23, I'm gonna give people a bit of a rundown on what I'm building right now. So we're building one of the modular parts of 3 for a trim set for a temple scene. So this is the inside corner piece. See from top view, it's much easier to understand. So you can see it's the inside corner. If you go to this other one, this is the inverted outside corner. So this is the corner, this is the convex corner, if you want to call it that. Ooh, it is warm up in here. Okay, the other piece, which is not in this file, is the straight piece, which is like 5 meters long. So we've got a 5 meter long piece, we've got a convex corner and a concave corner. And then, let's see here. We'll get Unreal loaded up and I can show you. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's really nice. Open Sesame? Nope. Nope. Maybe I can't show you. Looks like Unreal is unhappy. Too much coffee. How are you? There's never enough coffee. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Let's see if that is just a broken link. It's like, no, I don't want to visit support, please. We'll save this too, get this out of the way. So we free up some memory. I think that's the engine, because it's just trying to load the launcher. There's an update available too, I should probably do it. There we go. Getting further? We're getting further? Okay. Load this bad boy up. Coffee! Dude, man, I don't know if I ever told you, but like I have the ability to just shut off. So like I'm like a robot, so when it's time to go to sleep, I just lay down. I can just like chug a Monster energy drink and then go lay down and pass out in like 5 minutes. And wake up right as rain. Okay, so this is gonna work, yes. Okay, so this is the space that we're building. And this is just what I'll be covering in the stream. Here's the straight pieces, right? And then we built the convex corner, and then there's the concave corner. So those are the details we'll be baking down. Eject. And then if we want, I guess we want to look at this piece a little. Oh, I don't want the marketplace, please. They totally put that next to the content browser on purpose. Collision, we don't need the grid. So this is, what is it? Move light, there we go. Okay, so this is the first piece that we made, and we did this texture in, I say we because I did it with you guys. This got textured in Substance Painter. The plan is to do the entire scene on stream. So whenever I'm streaming, I'm working towards that and or helping you guys. Oh God. That's horrible. You just reminded me to play with my webcam. There we go. You broke it. So we made this piece. Got a lot of other pieces to do. After we make this corner piece and this corner piece low poly, and we get it baked and put in here, I'll bring up Substance Painter too and show you guys that. We will go ahead and either move to Substance Designer and build a ground texture, a ground tileable stone pattern, or we'll start to visit some vine stuff that we can put on top of this that goes along the surface. Maybe some pieces that have fallen or whatever, broken off from like above. But yeah, this is kind of what we're building, and this is all based off of a Uncharted scene from like a long time ago. I've been wanting to build this since before I came to Sweden. Yeah. Did I sculpt the details? Are you talking about this stuff? This stuff is actually in here. I'm gonna save this. Actually, I think it's in that corners file. Hang on. There we go. So this is like, to give you an idea of stuff. So when you smooth it, you get that, but it's just a lot of this, which is kind of crazy when you look at it, but look at the birds, oh God. So I guess another thing I can show you is the breakdown of that. So this is just, let's see if this is all the correct pieces. I think it's all of that too. And this piece, yes. Okay, so all I did was build that piece, right? Wait, that's not right. Hang on. I think this is included in it as well. So that stuff. I just modeled this stuff and then added edges where I needed to make it work. I mean, this thing probably took like an hour total. And then once you have that modeled out, you just dupe it down. Just do this. And then when you smooth it, it just looks right. It just works. So it's kind of getting into that, making sure you're reusing stuff. And now I'm doing that a lot more in ZBrush as well. So building is going on much faster. All right, it is 9:30. In a few minutes, we'll start looking at people's stuff. Binary, what's going on, man? Hello, hello. We got the high poly done for the corner piece and the other corner piece. So I'll probably off stream make low polys of that stuff. That way you guys don't have to sit there and watch me make a low poly. When we get to the baking, I can show you that. And while we are here, I will show you Substance Painter. God, keep clicking the same. That fix everything, dude, man? That's awesome. Okay, so this is Substance Painter. I have 6 days remaining before I need to renew it. Apparently. Okay, so this is the asset textured, right? To give you a super quick rundown of Substance Painter. Viewport in the middle, got this guy. You've got your textures channels that you're going to be working with. You've got some viewer settings, so like environment opacity, like what's behind it, how much the environment is blurry behind it. This environment is an HDR image that's affecting the lighting across the surface of this object. We'll just lower that down. There's some other shader settings here. You don't really need to know that stuff too often. On top right here, we've got layers, just like Photoshop, right? So if we turn that off, you can see this is just the mesh with normals. What else we got here? Down below, we've got alphas. This is your shelf. It's got procedural maps, masks, textures, normals. Like if I wanted to, we could stamp these normal details onto the surface and we'll just update the surface. We don't want to do that though. Then you have the parameters of whatever you have selected here. So let's turn this on. We'll turn all these off. So we got this is the stone layer. Then we've got an edge damage layer, which we've got a mask. If you control click on the mask, you can see what the mask is doing. So wherever it's white, that's where it's displaying. I am still using SP1 layout. I think it's because I need to update. But yeah. Is the other layout better? I haven't even looked at it. Maybe I should look at it. Smart materials are super nice. It's probably the main reason I've come here to use this program. So we've got this edge detection, then we've got where the moss is going to go. This mossy stuff. So to give you an idea, when you turn the moss on, you can see it's getting in those little areas in the inside. It's just doing it for you. It's really nice. And then we've got a mud layer, which is like from the bottom up. Turn that on, and you get a little bit of dirtiness on the base. And that's basically it. I mean, it's so nice because like you add your mask and then you add your map, and you can just do all types of stuff to it. So like right now we're looking at the moss, and I add a, how do you explain this simply? You add a when you right click, you can add a generator, and one of the generators is MG Dirt, and it looks at all the maps that you've baked out to extrapolate like where this stuff should build up, and then you get sliders to control. So like if you look at it from here, we do this. You can see that like if it's too much moss, I can just dial it back and then save the textures back out. And then if you go up to the top of this and you right click and add paint, you can go in and you're like, oh, I don't like it, this right there, or maybe I need more there. You can just, oh, it's great. It's great. It's too easy. And the nice thing is it's creating all of your maps at the same time. So here's your base color. I don't have any height information, but here's your roughness map, no metallic. Here's added normal information on top of the original normals. Too easy. Cool. I'll have to check out the new layout. How do you switch layouts? Is it in settings? You'll have to show me later. I want to see this new layout now. Anywho, the Substance Painter. Okay, we're now going to talk about your guys' stuff. We've got about 20 minutes to do that, so if you guys have anything, let me see if I've got here's the Discord. If you guys want to throw down anything, oh, Ben's messaging me. What is all this? Oh, he's sending me the intern stuff. Nice. Okay. 2 seconds. Comedy Inc. I understand your username now. I don't know why. In different text, it looks different. Okay, so let's look at this stuff. This is uploaded 50 minutes ago. So this is a boiler. This is a boiler 2. So this is just a different side. This is the other side view of it. All right, I'll do that. Reset UI. View. Oh God. Already. Anyways, okay. So overall, this stuff looks pretty good. Are these the high polys or the bakes? I'm just curious because I'm looking at the use 2K. Oh, these are the low polys. Okay. Da-da-da-da. Would like to know what I should change into the future. So looking at this stuff, this is that thing we were talking about earlier about the beveled edges. Let's see if we can't like get a, there we go. Okay, let's do this. We'll scroll this up. Do this. Okay, so friendly colors. Where are we at here? We don't want a shadow. I need a nice, like a blue. Yeah. Okay, so normals here look really good. Like this edge here, that's super nice. Like you get the nice light wrapping around the corner. Here, it looks like there's maybe a little error right in there, with just the way that it's smoothing. I wouldn't worry too much about that edge, how that meets. Like you could just have that push into it and just bake it out, and the edge, like maybe it'll look a little weird. You could like in Substance Painter, you could just sculpt like a edge of what do you call it? I'm like, my brain's starting to shut down. Weld lines. Like you could just weld that stuff together in the normal map information. But like this edge here and this edge, this is really narrow. So that'll alias out really quickly. So as you back away, you'll start to see it flickering. You gotta try and avoid that. And like this detail as well, maybe lessen the amount of lines that you're getting that you've added in here. That way alias is less. It's the same problem that you'll get here. So that area is a little, man, this stuff right here looks really cool. Let's see what else. These are pretty good. I don't think you'll need to work with those much. This one, maybe make that edge a little wider. And if you're gonna, maybe this is a normal map, so that's actually flat, I would possibly inset it a little bit more and then rebake it, because you're getting aliasing, it looks like, on the in the normal map itself. Let's see what else is going on here. I can see that this is geometry, so this is actually sticking out, right? If it's gonna stick out like that, I would maybe either make it deeper so that you're getting the payoff for the amount of geometry that you're using, and then I would actually just add more geometry. It's like you can see there's a little bit of edging there. Maybe add more geo on the outside and then lessen it by like merge every other vert on the next one in, and that should give you a little extra detail. I would take this and pull that out a bit more as well. Having it really close like that is pretty hard on the aliasing also. It's mainly aliasing is why you want to make your bevels quite wide usually. Other than that, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's just pointing out those things, right? And getting those, it's like those little extra things. If you can fix all those, like it's gonna like bake really well. I would totally texture this in Substance. If you want, like we could use this asset as like a Substance episode, and we can just talk about using Substance Painter and like how that works, and like just texture it from scratch in Substance Painter. I don't know if that would be interesting to you guys. We can do that as like the beginning of one of the episodes or whatever. Let's see what else is in here. Yeah, you can see as you're getting further away from this image, like, or as you take screenshots further away from it, you are getting that aliasing look. And that's just from the bevels or the geometry being really close or tight. So like in here, it's pretty tight. This edge here is a little on the sharp side. So you don't want me to know how you UV'd it? So the other thing with UVs is UVs can do wonders for helping with this aliasing stuff. If it's UV'd poorly, you have a higher chance of aliasing like this. So like if you have an area that's a square, right? And you UV it tilted, you're gonna get aliasing all along the edges of your normal maps. So like the straighter things are, the better when it calls for it. Sometimes you can't make something straight. Don't try and force something straight in your UV sets, because then you'll end up skewing the image, right? And then your bakes will be all skewed and weird. But yeah, it looks like it's just watching the how tight your bevels are. Widen them all up a bit, and the whole thing's gonna look way better. let's see. What's the Discord? All right, so Binary Latin's almost done with a diorama, and he is looking for some critiques, just for the last bit of details. And then we also have this fire hydrant that Jope's been working on, or Jope. Your name's Pi. Your name is Pi to me. So knowing about the normal edges and all that stuff already. Like in this spot here, what you want to look for is what your roughness map looks like. And seeing how bright this is, getting an HDR map. What did you texture this in? Is this in, does it say? Yeah, Substance Painter. I would totally get an HDR, or see if there's an HDR that matches this scene really closely, because then you'll get the proper value for like what the red needs to be, because I think your red is just too dark, and so you're not getting a lot of contrast between your between the grungy dirtiness. The other thing is the grunginess is very soft, maybe because you're using a brush, and it's coming out really soft. As you can see, it's in here, it's not so soft, or when it is soft, there's a pretty high contrast between the two, which just bringing up the value of your red paint is going to fix a lot of that. It's going to help out a lot. I made him do a fire hydrant. Dude, it's... Oh, man, there's so many things that you learn from this. Let's see what else here. I would look at... so there's a fire hydrant that's done by Algorithmic to show off their new layered painter stuff. Their layered shader. Let me pull it up. You can look at it. Oh yeah, don't be afraid to bevel stuff. Like the poly count of this, you could probably bevel this and that would be okay. Beveling this would definitely help a lot, and maybe doubling the edge count along the base. Just because you don't want people to look at it with the wire off and be able to see edge stepping. As a single asset, Binary says to take some of the poly count away from the chains and just put it on this. I would just leave the chains and just add more polys to the fire hydrant. It's a little high in here. You could lower that pretty easily. Maybe every other one you delete, and that's good. Yeah, I would fix the contrast between the dirtiness and the red paint, and it'll get you pretty far. And then we need to look at detail normals and roughness variation between the dirty part and the red paint and the metal. Like right now, the best looking stuff is this metal here and how it contrasts against the fire hydrant itself. Okay, looking up Algorithmic real quick, and all I'm getting is math stuff and how I spelled it wrong. So this is amazing. So it looks like they actually built the same fire hydrant into you. That's hilarious. But see the roughness information that they're getting out of this? Like that's pretty shiny. And they're exposing the metal under the paint. Let's see if we can, oh, we don't want that. Hang on here. I'm like, where's the other stuff? Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. So the paint is pretty shiny, and the main reason for that is because when you dirty up your object, the shininess kind of gives way, right? But yeah, like see as he gets it dirtier, the roughness of the paint just does it automatically. It just like loses its shine. I would definitely, here I'm gonna just link this in chat. I would definitely watch that video and just listen to what he's talking about, even if you don't use the layered shader stuff. But don't be afraid to not use the layered shader stuff. I think it would work actually with your asset. It's good. It's super good. It's so funny that I've said fire hydrants are like a good test model for everything for a long time, and then they like release this on July. So funny. So funny. Anyways, it's coming along. I would definitely you should look at the materials again and then bevel some extra details into the main body of it so that you have the shapes. And then also look at your normal map stuff, because like on the top here you're not getting the normal detail enough. Like there's not the depth is not there yet. Okay, let's look at not that. We don't need that. We need not this either. Hopefully this is helping you guys. I don't know. I'm just talking based off what I know. Where did the thing go? Aha! Alright, so binary. He's about to call his diorama done. He has a few issues he need to fix, and like a few last critiques. Dude, this has really come a long way. If you watch the other streams, guys, you can see the process as it's gone forward. I see you added all the signage as well. It's quite blurry, I guess. Yeah, it feels like your post-processing is quite blurry. Maybe the DOF is a little strong. But dude, look, you added like that's great. You added the the fog stuff and the steam, like leaking out of things. All the little extra detail. Do you have any other angles of it? Do you have closer stuff? Got the nice detail on the ground now too. It's really good. This looks awesome. There's nice detail in the middle. All the little warning signs. This is great. There's the red sign here. Pretty cool. Scale's looking pretty nice. There's still some like these vents will always feel a little big to me for some reason. I think just because I'm seeing them next to a person. Like it looks quite large. Last couple of shots on this link. Why won't it open? Am I opening it? What is happening? Hang on. Oh yeah. Okay, so little chipped edge here is really nice. Ooh, this is nice and big too. Hang on here. Okay, we'll scroll and zoom in a little bit. Yeah, the detail on the ground, man, it adds so much, adding all those little micro details. Like little wires here, this is really good. Chipping these edges up is really nice. It's got that polish, and you've got a really good separation between your roughness values now. So like you can tell that this is like a metal and this is concrete. It's good. Yeah, and there's stuff going on in the pipes too. Oh man, and adding the brackets here makes the weird whininess of it make sense now. Last couple of shots. Okay, they make a lot of aliasing artifacts if I make them smaller. You're talking about the details on the ground? I wonder if at that point you should be adding like that, the little scatter of little pieces as like alpha details on the ground. I don't know, that might be going too far. It already feels like the details are pretty nice. Maybe the contrast of the ground is a little too light. Like maybe darken the road just a tad. Just a tad. Because like, here, let's see here. We do this. Get Photoshop up. Get the shaps up. How to fix the sewage grill, the things on top, just scale them down by like 50%. Make them half the size they are, maybe double them if you need to. Like make one and then add another one in the strip. Like you have 2 here, maybe make 3 instead. So like half the size of it, so it's here, and then add another one there, and then move the last one back. Let's see if we can do this. I don't know if I can. We won't care about that guy. So if I like sample this right here, this area here, maybe it's the lights that are washing out the ground. So see this color? Maybe this color. I don't want to lighten it or darken it like that. Trying to find a good way to. See, I think it just needs to be just a tad darker. This is me getting really picky, right? And maybe it's because like you on the other side of the gate, it's like, is that lifted? Can I see under that? Is that what's going on? Because I mean that might be part of the problem too. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing. Man, this looks like shit what I'm doing. Yeah, I feel like it's like you just need the ground is just too light, I think. Oh, that's awesome that you made the tubes blueprints. Yeah, I bet that was a ridiculously nice time saver. But yeah, I think you're just getting a little bit too much of the blowout there. The other thing too is when you're doing PBR, if you bring up the histogram, you lower this and lower this. Basically, you don't want any blacks, right? You want just a tad of color, and you never want to have full blowout unless it's like a direct light source. So let's, if we highlight this and copy it, and then undo the adjustment. So this is with the leveled. Then we just erase where the light sources are. Full erase. Where the brightness occurs. This scene's nice. So you're just kind of like adding that little, a little bit more pop to
to your image. The signage stuff looks cool, man. I'm glad you did that. I know I said it a couple times. I'm like, dude, add signage. Gotta add the signage. I don't know. Do you feel like the signage helped at all? I'm gonna reset the camera again. Yeah, this looks really good though. I would say it's basically done. I would get some like nice close camera angles, like maybe down low looking up this way. Up high, the diorama angle you had is really good. Art station. Oh yeah, with the that might be a little heavy-handed, huh? What you ended up with, it looks better. Man, it has come a long way. Yeah, nice stuff, man. Yeah, it seemed distracting for sure, and it might have been the color of the paint. But yeah, I don't think those were, in the end, those weren't needed, especially when you got the signs down below. And like, man, all the detail seems to be right here, and there's some medium details happening here, but it's like all here, which is perfect. You want the details right where, like, on ground level. Yeah, super cool, man. Super cool. So this is how it was UV'd. Oh man. All right. That's yeah. I mean, if the object is huge, right? You need those details. Let's see here. Yeah, as an object gets bigger, I don't know, maybe Ben Wilson will have something else to say, but I feel like as an object gets bigger, then you have to start doing stuff like this where you're figuring out how to tile it. Holy crap, it's 10. It's time for me to leave. But yeah, because I mean, a normal map's only going to get you so far, right? As the object gets bigger, the normal map will start to look lower res, and you just can't keep up with the... In regards of objects this large, this is when I would say it's probably better to just add the bevels. Like, if it's really big to a character, I would just add the bevels and force the normals and not even worry about making a normal map for this, and then just unwrap it and get a nice detail map on there. And then like a material map, which is like you have this uniquely unwrapped and you're just painting where roughness values change. Have that, and I think you will maintain the resolution and the quality that you're looking for. And then all your bevels, you don't even have to worry about baking them out. Danpan, what's up? What is going on? Welcome to the stream. I'm just about to leave. My neck's killing me. Man, this looks good though. Nice work. Super nice work. We're gonna look at your other stuff now. Oh, this is cool. Ah, that's awesome. I can't do that stuff, like the stylized painting. Nice stuff. Dope. Alright guys, I gotta head out. It was a pleasure as always. It's good stuff. I'm just closing everything. I don't know if I need to... Sure. Boom, boom. Alright guys, if you would like, you can follow me
on Discord, on Twitter. It's just at DiNusty. You can follow his channel. No problem, Binary. Dude, man, I'll see you later, dude. Take it easy, and you guys have a good evening, okay? Cool. Later. Oh yeah, don't forget I'm gone for the next 3 streams. So follow some other people, enjoy their arts, or make arts of your own. Alright, check you later. Have a good evening.